Yeah, I think we're here. What's going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all feeling? I figured out what it was, man. We gotta get back to the slow jams. That's what we do, man. At this time, you should be tuned in to Focus Radio. That will go ahead and let you know what's going on with that, all what's happening out there. How is everyone doing? They checking up in the room. Good evening. Denise Henderson, what's going on? LaWanda Menifee, Rita Joyce. Yes, we listen to Focus Radio. Get back to the slow jazz. Then I can slow it down because a lot of people always say I talk fast. And I try not to talk fast. It's just a lot to say. It's a lot to say. But thank y'all for joining in real quick. Real quick, we're going to take this time. 45-degree angle, man. It's about seeing life in a different set of glasses, man. In a space where now you know that your intentions are good. Now you can actually start really walking into your purpose and destiny because you've went through those trials, you went through those obstacles, and now you're ready to get to the opportunity because, wisdom and all that good stuff. So we're going to talk about that as well as some other reasons why we do this, man. But come on, let's go ahead and like this thing. We need y'all loving and liking because loving and liking will make more people come. And we want more people to come because we love our Star City. But we can have a lot more of what we want if we start drawing in some of the bigger perspective things, and even those who are attached to Roanoke that may not even deal with us. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. It's the late hour, man, so we do get a little bit more into it, man. Sometimes the dialogue may be a little racy. But I feel like that's what we're going to have to do. If you got traditional means as what's the biggest thing that's happening, it's kind of hard to really... Oh, I'm not Michael McGeorge. Look at me. Oh, dang, Mike, my bad, homie. I'm not trying to be you, Mike. I'm sorry, brother. I do apologize. That's me. That was what Mike was on the other night. That is ridiculous. That's why, my producer said he was on the way down here. But, we go with what we got. Oh, man, a lot to talk about what's going on this Wednesday, man. I really want to slow it down and get back to love, man, because with all the energy of all the things that kind of keeps us at war, it really does help that we can start talking about some things that out of love can produce. And I think that's the season that we're in. We talked a little bit yesterday about the cheese and the bread, the difference between the two. I'm looking for bread, man. And thank God for, at one time I was excited about getting cheese, and thank God I never fully got caught in the trap. But for those of my homies and things like that who may have got that's not us. Those of us those guys who may have gotten there and are now coming home, man, I really, really, really am glad. That's us. All right. Really, really glad that you're home. Big shouts out to the big homie, man. I love to see that, all everybody's coming home. But it's just something about, when you've known a guy who's been around the family, been around the block, one of the real OGs. When you see, Alfred Day come home, man, that makes you homie. That makes you feel good, man. Big shout out to Coach Cheese coming up in the room, brother. Hey, you're gonna have to get on one of these conversations. G. Anthony Razor checking in out there, man. We love when people check in from across the globe because now I feel like we can really start repairing what's happening in the Star City by also bringing in ideas from, other places, man, because that is my main focus. I want to find out how we do it all together. But in the same sense, our priority is right here in the Gainesboro area. So we really want you guys to come and be a part of what we're doing. We got a great initiative that we got happening this summer. And so these are another one of the platforms that we push it on. We are doing the Take Back Our Yard. Y'all should see the logo of Focus Radio right there that shows that. We're going to go into that a little bit more definitely tomorrow because T-Boy Thursday. Whoa, Gwendolyn Ellis Wilson. Hey, I got some professional people up in here. Sheila Ellis Glasper, great evening to you. Thumb Stewart, Master Nighttime. And, oh, by the way, like I said, if you see them out there with a show, 1045 on major networks with a black guy talking all kind of crazy stuff with dreadlocks, but is actually kind of smart, you know where they got the idea from the show came from. Gwendolyn Ellis Wilson, we really appreciate the work that you're doing out there, exhibiting and calling on a young man who I really believe to be an impression on the world, just from the space that he operates in. I happen to know him personally and happen to do a journey of learning service with him on both sides of the military as well as in church. And that's Desmond. Oh man, that fella is really lieutenant commander in the United States Navy in a space that you wouldn't necessarily see people in, man. And so for to hear him giving the speeches and the things he's been doing, you're going to see more about him. I'm just going to say this, my homie D, I ain't going to put his name out there because when the documentary come on, I want to kind of be a surprise. But thank you, Gwen, for showing the world that. Thank y'all for coming up with me. I know it's in the late hour, but that's what we do. Sometimes when in the evening, the only thing you can turn on is to late night TV and might not be saying the same things that we're saying, but we appreciate Mr. Beverly Wayne Burks coming up in here as well as Vanessa Pernex to hey, how are you? There's a lot of things to do on this 45-degree angle, man. T-Boy is how we're doing it. We're looking for to take back our yard for those who may not be from Roanoke. The historic Gainsboro community of Roanoke, Virginia has always been historically the black community, minor community, black community. But there is now a time where it's, things are going on, and we know that Roanoke is a little behind of what major cities may be doing. So we've been seeing major cities take areas that has been known to be historically black and actually start making moves to put a whole new modern look and appeal to it. And nothing's wrong with that in the scope of putting a new and a modern look into it. However, what has been a problem is that it may have been without really seeing just if there was some people who were in the community that was willing to put their hands to the plow to try to say, hey, we can do some of it too. Just give us some resources. So that's what our mission is. Our mission is to show that if we can get 10 businesses coming out of the Lawson Law Building, if we can get 10 businesses doing $100,000 a year, that's $1 million worth of business coming out of this building. And we want to be a branch and an arm to help other businesses that are starting up to be able to get in that space too, because 1 million turns into more millions, and we know how that go. Bringing that back to our community shows, as T.I. said, hey, no more big, but ish we can do ourselves. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to be on, man. We're going to talk about how hip-hop, R&B music has added to that fabric. There's places in a place where we could do something about it, and how it's going to take for the inclusion of all of us, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, everything coming together to say, hey, let's show some more love, man. Let's show some more love and listen to some good music, man. So while we're in between this, make sure you check it out, these commercials, because this is the reason why we do it. We want you to know about the different businesses out there that you may not get a chance to see out there in the major space, and so that you can support and bring them up there. So we'll take a quick break. Be right back, all right?
This is us. This is them. Choose a bank that knows what it means to be local. Bank of Bogota, taking care of you.
Go back in time and in style with our tastefully remodeled caboose cars. Whether you're looking for a romantic getaway, dream wedding night, or simply a stay in the beautiful mountains of Southwest Virginia, you won't be disappointed with the Caboose Bed and Breakfast at Apple Ridge. For more information, call or visit appleridge.org today.
How do I get to the hospital now?
Ever had to ask that question?
National Yellow Cab, may I help you?
Central Virginia Yellow Cab is here to get you where you need to go. With professional and polite staff,
Where to, Miss Brown?
211 North Street.
you feel like you're with family. Call Central Virginia Yellow Cab at 434-846-8888. Central Virginia Yellow Cab. We get you there.
I can be every woman. It's all in me. Yeah. I can be every woman with Brie and B, fashions and accessories.
Yeah, man, we're back. Hey, I like that being one of our services that we do too, man. Those jingles, man. That Rhea B Fashions. It's a real good jingle, man. Go ahead and get your business seen, man. Learn a little bit more about. Check us out, Ben, and go ahead and check us newfocusva.com, nufocusva.com, to learn a little bit more about that, as well as, man, of course, make sure you check it out. All the shows that comes off from NFE TV, man, on our YouTube channel, NFE TV VA. And we definitely want to get more of you guys involved, man, so we can show more love, because we believe by giving love, more love comes. I see one of those businesses jump up in the room, Miss Talisha Odie, with the Butterfly Effect, man. They are definitely on their way, putting themselves in place to maximize their opportunity, being downtown in the presence of, the big business and what's happening downtown, having a different type, a unique type of salon. And not only doing that, a very nice market there, but it already starting to expand into merchandising and other ways of diversifying her company, man. So that's the whole thing. Those are some of the things that we like to try to consult with and talk to different businesses and provide resources, support. You're definitely gonna be seeing some commercials coming up with her business, as you've probably seen some other different advertisements for other businesses around here that she's done things. She's a model, so she's done things with the university. See that back there. So keep on building it up, man, and that's how we feel that love begots love, and most of us learned it from slow music. So slow music was a thing that I used to do, man. I used to make very good mixtapes, and I think what I used to do, I used to take time and to wow, how did I keep coming up? We're gonna have to really be able to see these, because I can't see. Who was that? Nope, that was yesterday. So, yeah, again, that one gonna work. All right. You can also check it out, man. You can also check out Focus Radio right here on Facebook, man. You can pull up another tab if you're checking us out, and listen to Focus Radio from right there, man. So many places you can listen to the good music. But I'm just curious about, in this time, I used to know we used to wait for the new edition, or the new Johnny Gill, or some of y'all like that Key Sweat stuff. But a lot of us don't realize it was because of the era of Babyface and those guys that took it upon themselves to start really learning from the ills of the music, the record labels in the past, and start getting their own type deals. And also getting behind this hip-hop music to take it to another level in a different market. Of course, we remember in New York, hip-hop had exploded, and now it had got a little controversial going to the West. And then the South just came in as a perfect game plan. I mean, the game plan came that industry and business was starting to pick up. So therefore, that city knew how to self-support, and still to this day has been doing it. Mint condition. Mint condition came to Roanoke, man. What we got, Sheila? Not in Roanoke anymore, but you and New Focus were always supportive in my business journey. So thank you and keep pushing. Oh, that's the beauty of it. We love that you're not as physically here. We still see that you can be touched and reached and impressioned right here. So if your audience and my audience come together, we now increase our footprint. And that's what we want to do. We love the ability to be able to service Roanoke, but we move around a lot. We already setting up, thanks to the Queen. The Queen is doing some great things and planning in September in Philly. We planning on having a fashion show in Philadelphia for sickle cell awareness. Of course, we'll be down in the beach this summer doing great things because that's where it started for me. And of course, we're gonna be rocking right here in the Star City. So yes, Sheila, we'll come out there to where you go, Kansas? We'll definitely come out there and rock. But yeah, man, the good old soul music, man. That's what we want to get back to, man. And I remember, and I have to bring up to you guys' ears about how quickly we forget about how much of an impression soul music had on us, and how quickly once it changed, where we start losing our footing. We all remember when Jill Scott and that era of neo soul came in, man. And that's why I'm so happy about the technology we're in, because it shows us in real time what could not have been shown in our predecessors' day. Netflix has shown us, if you have not seen the two killings of Sam Cooke, if you have not seen that on What's Your Face, you are definitely missing something. It really goes and shows how much of an advocate Sam Cooke was, but more importantly, how much of a businessman he was, to know to go independent. He had now been able to take his music, the love songs that he made, that was controversial because he started off in the church. But he went into a space where most people, you gotta choose which side you're gonna be. Are you gonna be church? Are you gonna be R&B? Are you gonna be singing this baby devil music? And the documentary just goes on and tells the story about how he and his father kind of had conflict, and then they talked about it. Whereas his father said, "You'd be known all around the country." He said, "I want to be known around the world." And we would have never known that story, the impact, had it not been for the technology that we have in Netflix, because there are powers that be that suppresses information. We do know that. But the beauty of it is that now we all have access and everyone can appreciate and give respect to what's out there. So again, if you have not seen the two killings of Sam Cooke, check that out, man. But I'm asking today, what have we learned from that? Where have our R&B singers and stuff at? We got everybody making hip-hop albums, and that's great. Love hip-hop albums. But where's our good music? Or is it out there and I just don't know about it? Y'all help me out, man. Tell me what y'all listening to, what y'all tuning to. I see the Queen that jumped in. Oh, man. It's giving me a perfect time to go and show you the real reason why we do this. Like I said, is to support business, not only here locally in Roanoke, but regionally, because we can touch each other right down the street, man. Right down the road, where, as when I did live in Atlanta and Norfolk, you're driving all over in a day. You could be in Chesapeake 1 minute, then you're all the way over in Hampton another minute. So we can go right down to Alta Vista because it's not far away, and check her out, what she's doing, man. She's a great spirit, and just been really doing her thing, man. Melinda Irby in here been helping us out with the Star City clothing, so those polos are coming. So we're going to go to a quick commercial and be right back, so keep it locked, all right?
Hey, we are Pretty Please on Broad, a classy and sassy ladies' boutique located in the heart of downtown Alta Vista, Virginia, and the worldwide interwebs. We focus on limited runs, unique fashion at affordable prices. Because as I like to say, no woman wants to show up to her event and do the who wore it better. We have recently added monogramming and embroidery services, and we can rock your fashion and help you personalize that, either for your own personal items or for your small business. We focus focus on big city fashions. So we look at fashion from LA, from New Orleans, as we are a New Orleans inspired boutique. And we really try to focus on bringing in big city fashion without the big city price tag. So give us a call or shop us online at prettypleaseonbroad.com. Our number is 704-281-8748. And make sure to like us on Facebook and Instagram. See you at Pretty Please on Broad, located at 615 Broad Street, downtown Alta Vista, Virginia.
The Bradley Free Clinic provides free, compassionate, and high-quality medical, dental, pharmaceutical, and preventative health care services for Roanoke Valley residents who lack the resources necessary to maintain their health and productivity using volunteer healthcare professionals. Check them out on their website at bradleyfreeclinic.com.
Go anywhere you want to go. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Go anywhere you want to go. Travel without worries. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Travels without worries. Visit us at jnktours.com or reach us by phone at 540-795-0381. J&K Tours.
Yeah, man, we back, and it is rocking on Focus Radio right there. If you got that phone, man, you got the app. Download that thing. I'm scared to show y'all my phone. My phone looks a hot mess, but yeah, man, you download that app and get that going on right now. That the Andy Stone right now is doing its thizzle. So check that out. Also check out, man, Coming to the City. I am so excited that we do have people who are doing things in here that make sense and give us an option to do things. I love VIPs. Got another comedy show coming down here, man. The Laughing Out Loud, man, downtown Roanoke, featuring comedian Brother Man, hosted by Chris Thomas. You remember Chris Thomas used to do his thing on BET. And good stuff like that. So right here in the city, man, you can come and check it out. And I really, really appreciate them because, a city will make you have to work for it, man. Yeah, that's it. Come check it out. They'll make you work for it, but they stayed relevant. They stayed alive. They've kept their doors open downtown. So now you have no reason but to go down there now. We done got through the whole hate. Well, I don't fool with them at all. We done got through that now. Now it should make sense that we would have ourselves present downtown, having fun, showing that we can without any conflicts, professional, and enjoying the city, man. Let's stop waiting till we have to go somewhere else. I love everywhere else I've been. I love going, and I love still calling it home. Virginia Beach, I still call it home, man. But I love Roanoke, and I love what we're able to do and what we could be able to do. So as I was talking about, like with the soul music, man, I was talking as like the Angie Stones, and you think about Jill Scott. I think about a young lady, man, Jaguar Wright, man. I think about how quickly the music scene was changing and was coming into a place where she could find opportunity in what was happening. The whole roots had now brought a new element, and something was fresh, and something was coming in, and Jill and all the rest of the artists had now started to have this movement of neo soul. But has anyone asked what happened to neo soul? Has anyone thought about that? Why was it that you have such a good feeling and so much positivity that was happening in the community efforts, and people making investments, and actually people talking like we got sense, the violence and stuff, it seemed like it had started subsiding a little bit. Why don't we ever talk about what happened to that good neo soul music? We'll slow it down a little bit and give y'all a chance to say something. I see my cousin up in the room. D man, what up, bro? As well as Miss Sandy Whitaker. Bless you so much for the impression that you have placed in my life, man. It goes to show you that that color stuff is something that people make it for themselves. I'll leave it at that. Charity Downs, what's going on, love? How are you? That popcorn out here still be banging, man. So we're gonna need some of that out here this summer. But tell me how and why is it that music now some of that slow music and all that baby making music, we know what happened with that. I'm okay with that slowing down a little bit because that just brought up a lot of child support cases. But however, when you think about the soul music, and you think about the empowerment and things that was coming out of that time frame, how did it fall off? Where did we let it go? Why weren't we putting more artists like Music Soul Child at the top tier of music? Why did Jill and them have to go into the spaces of acting to really get that? Where are we at? Where are we at, people? Talk to me. And I ask that because I'm concerned about Roanoke right now. I haven't told anyone. Well, I've said it before, but I've kind of been quiet on it because I don't want to now. I have to move differently now. I know sometimes people say, oh, look, that's just Tommy or whatever. No, Tommy has put a lot of energy into really making some serious change. We got 6 years of spending in the community that a lot of people had left to be appropriated and taken over, but say no, hey, we can put some new ideas, some new concepts, and bring some new life down here, and we're sticking to that through the storm, through what's going on, and that's just what it is. That's real. So we're asking for others to come in and continue to do it, and we're loving all those who are. What's up, Brother Barry, for jumping up in the room? But I know that as one who have done music and know the opportunity that lies in really getting back to doing concerts that bring people out to have entertainment, enjoyment, and therefore it's a safe environment. It becomes an activity that we're doing to keep within our own community. What if said concerts could now rejuvenate those who now may have given to the culture and may have been the music game changed for a reason? I don't think it was just that neo soul went drab. Neo soul to me has so much positivity that some powers that be that may not want a community that really, really gets involved with neo soul and was now uniting, just like all the other musics that unite cultures. When you have music that unite cultures, sometimes that becomes something against the big machine. And I don't want anyone to ever think that I take my platform to talk against the big machine. The machine is okay with me. I don't have a problem with the machine. I mean, the machine doesn't bother me because, one, I see that there's value in a capitalist society. I do. I see there's value. I see that this country and the resiliency that we've done in the livelihood and the ability to be able to do things like I'm doing comes from that very fact. So you're not going to hear me speaking against capitalism. Now, against just bad intentions from people. Now, of course, and people cannot keep on blaming capitalism as being the thing for that, but that's a whole nother bag of beans. And the only reason we did that is because that's what we normally attach the system to. Those who are running that part, those who are the major winners in that space are the ones that are now going to break up societies and cells that could now start speaking against that. However, I need your feedback on why did you let neo soul? Do you even remember Jaguar Wright? Does anyone in my feed right now remember Jaguar Wright? Can you recall that Jaguar Wright was the one who was coming into her own, doing her thing, and was about to release her own solo independent project? And then music labels. She did, however, like I said, do music with the Roots. So we definitely was impressed by her music, as she did some great stuff with projects she did. You can definitely remember her as being the vocalist who assisted Jay-Z on his MTV Unplugged that you can't find nowhere for some strange reason. I try to find on YouTube and everywhere. I can't find nowhere. I can't find none of the. But guess what, y'all? She coming to Roanoke, y'all. She's coming to this concert series that we're doing. She will be here. Jaguar Wright will be here in the build, man. We're excited about that in a sense that now we feel like putting this great energy. She's got new music coming out, getting that positivity and stuff going, and showing that we can start planning of what we're going to do to make things happen instead of keep talking about it. Planning and actually executing. One of the things that a lot of times we say Roanoke being a slow town is because we meet forever. We meet forever. Been meeting about what we can do. So we're grateful that we haven't got it all right. We still need everyone's help to keep getting it right. But at least we have been doing and now have the possibility. We got real numbers of what can show how we get $1 million down here. We have real means of doing it. If just 1,000 people came down here, we would be very close. But if 5,000 people, and that's a portion of how many people were down for St. Patrick's Day this weekend ago. If we now had down here in Gainesboro, and you don't have to say, well, it's the last minute. I'm giving y'all the chance now. This year, we are in March, June, July, and August of 2019 becomes our chance to show our ability to now stop gentrification from its mark here in Roanoke. We have an opportunity to really put our foot down on true methods to not let what happened before with the urban renewal and things like that. We have real numbers and real possibility. All it takes is for us to now get behind. So will you commit to now letting other people know about that? We're going to have great music. It's going to be a fun day full of culture. It's going to be great food. It's going to be history. It's going to be great music because you must believe there's a reason why I made my post yesterday when I was asking me the other day when I asked what go-go band you would like to come here. Because, man, I'm telling you, it's a go-go band that's coming. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about this some more, man. Let me know what you think about soul music and what we can do to bring that vibe back and that positivity back to the circuit. Or do we not need it? Let me hear what you got to say. We'll be right back. Keep it locked. All right, on the 45-degree angle. Focus Radio.
My revenge may be bold and outspoken. My passion, bare and understated. Evidence of confusion on my lips. Regardless, it's me.
I'm mad because every day when I wake up, I got an opportunity to affect somebody's life in a positive way. Not drag people down like crabs in a bucket, but help somebody uplift themselves. And I'm mad because I'm here to make a change. That's why I rap for change.
When you partner with Bank of Botetourt and Virginia Mountain Mortgage, you're helping shape the town you love. It's where you live, your culture, your favorite things that all come together to make it more than just buildings. It's your home. We've been part of your community since 1899. Our local lenders are your neighbors, and we're here to take care of you, your home, your neighborhood. Bank of Botetourt and Virginia Mountain Mortgage.
Could you tell me, baby? Cause like there is still some real good music out there. We play it on Focus Radio. That's been a what? That's been a couple years though. But that Chris Brown and Jamie Foxx, that joint's like "You Changed Me, Baby." That's a good record. That's a good record. Man, coming up, like I said, man, laughing out loud. Come on down in the city, man, this weekend. I'm gonna have some tickets for y'all tomorrow. But go get some tickets though. Go buy some tickets. Y'all stop waiting for me to give y'all free tickets. Go buy some tickets, supporting the city, man. Oh man, we're excited about it, and I love this woman, Tamika Pullen. I love you, and we're definitely still praying with the family. The Pullens are a special group of young ladies, man, who anchored in a family of father and mother, man, who really helped a lot of people without anybody even really know. We thought we was just hanging out with the daughters and son Andre, but no, them as parents and just who they have been and still continue to be was a great thing, man. And so it was unfortunate that we did have to go say goodbye to Mr. Keith Fulham, but his spirit definitely lives on, and I tell you what, Tamika. In his honor, I'm going to be telling a lot of jokes this year, and I'm going to crack myself up. That was the man who gave me confidence that, man, he knew his jokes was funny. He ain't need you to prove that his jokes was funny. He does right. And they were. So big shouts out to him, man. See the homie, man, up in the room. Big B, a loser shop, man. And I want us to start really taking stock into what's being said. I know after a while we've been saying that we're used to getting information one way, but I'm so grateful that we have this platform, man, to be able to talk to people and expose what they have going on without having to give in to the machine, so to speak. Now, you're going to have to. You're going to have to pay the piper on some things, but some things you can start building for yourself, and that's where community comes from. And I think, if anything, when we start separating from white and black, I think that's the one thing I personally, as one who would be, and who, regardless if I choose not to, will always be a black man. Even if I say, well, man, I don't want to, I'm going to be, someone's going to classify me as a black man. So one who lives in that space know how important it is for us to identify that community. I think is the one thing that did start to get lost when that type of music went away. When you got music, man, soul music, man, it brings people together. It's something about the beat, man. It's something about the harmony. And that's the one thing that came to mind. I started thinking about like the Pullens, man. I couldn't even express it when I was there at the funeral. But I've never seen a more profound moment in my life but to see a family who come together for a holiday and just happen to be in there, and everybody just starts singing, and then like a perfect choir, perfect key, and all that stuff, and to see that and hear the harmonics. That's what life could be for our community. And I think that's why when we start speaking of how troubling it was for us to go through slavery, because no one knows other than what the research and what the writings or whatever have said. But for time to go as long as it did, and for Africa to not have had as many major wars or hostility or hostile takeovers to a scope that it was written about or recorded until after the European invasion and things like that. It makes us seem that the music, man, may have been something that everyone had their own territory. It may have been, maybe it was something in there. Maybe it was something that glued us, and some force is trying to keep us from doing that again. I hope that we would, man. I hope that we would put it in our mind to get behind what we do have going on with the T-Boy, to take back our yard. It's very important. It's very, very important, especially right now, because there will be a lot of moves. You've seen the city has just, and thankful for that, thankful for the city saying the land grant bank that it's a great idea. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. But if we don't move fast and understand what is there, that could be another time that we miss the bubble again. And so I'm trying to say, if we start paying attention to things coming into where a lot of this is happening, the historic Gainesboro community is only one of a lot of our communities that's been left, that now houses are, we have property and, may have been left in our family. I mean, think about McDowell and think about Madison, and think about, I was driving up Melrose and I'm looking at Melrose and I'm saying, hey man, what if we did now start taking advantage of this time of it first owning and loving our neighborhood, our communities? What if we got harmonious in the sense that everybody say, I got my section, I got this, we're going to clean this thing up, we're going to make this thing look good, and stop thinking that it take a whole bunch of money, because the money, thinking it takes a whole bunch of money is what now gets us away from the information that we see. They already did it without money before. So now, if we find a way to first get the money back circulating in the community, do that part first, because we can't keep saying we want more money, because if we take more money and just throw it outside the community, we ain't done nothing. But if we take ideas and initiatives like this, where 10 businesses right here, we ain't got to go too far, you can go right here, 10 businesses operating out here, getting $100,000 worth of business, that's $1 million worth of business coming through here. Now you got more people who taking more value in this community. Plus, we have workforce elements. We got 2 teams out on houses right now, working on houses outside the perimeter, being positioned for ones right down the street. And I'm looking for more of you guys out here. You might have, you might got skill sets working in bricks. Come on, let me show you some love. Let me take you why you say, well, why he say you can do this, you can do that. It's because now that we've been able to provide exposure to people, and we have a place where people can come and talk that they wouldn't normally be able to talk, because on those other networks, you're not going to be able to have this dialogue with someone who can actually make things happen. We have been able to make things happen for businesses, whether it been on a larger scale where you think you're going to be Jay-Z, Beyonce, or whether it's give you 1 or 2 more clients that you didn't have. We've been able to do that. And it's been because we've sung songs from the soul. We've now, instead of waiting for you just to come do business with us, we came and did business with you all first. And if now that whole type of mindset started to change, I'm looking at about 10 different businesses in the room right now that we could all do that same concept. And then once that happened, I could understand what I did not know, that when I walked over that bridge for my first scene for Focus Radio there at Toronto, it would be on the bridge dedicated to Martin Luther King that says, I have a dream. And I do too, man. I have a dream that his dream would come true, that now if it was cut off before he could see it because they did not have these type of means, that maybe we could. It don't have to be war. It can be peace and love. I got more we're going to talk about, man, so don't go nowhere. Keep it locked right here on 45 Degree Angle, Daily Grind Show, Focus Radio, all right?
The Sweet Spot Yoni Steams. What is yoni steaming, you ask? Wonderful question. Yoni steaming provides detoxification and natural healing for women's reproductive organs. They can be used to heal endometriosis, cysts, fibroids, yeast infections, irregular and painful menstrual cycles, and much more. Yoni steams can also be helpful for vaginal rejuvenation, and many women use them as a form of meditation. Get your yoni steamed at The Sweet Spot now on Facebook.
It's something that I have, it's something that I was born with, and something that I may always have, may not. I don't know what's in the future for me. Only God knows.
Sean and I have been together for 10 years. It has affected every aspect of our life together.
Much more now than I did 31 years ago when my son was diagnosed.
I know that it's an inherited blood disease.
Where some of the red blood cells become crescent-shaped, like the crescent moon or a sickle.
It causes pain crises, it affects organs, it affects every aspect of life.
It could be your brother, your sister, your neighbor, your cousin. Anyone and everyone is affected by this. Basically, I just want to get the word out.
I can be every woman. It's all in me. Yeah. I can be every woman with Brie and B, fashions and accessories.
Yeah, man, we're back. It's going down, man. Focus Radio still giving it to you, man. What do y'all think about Empire this year? I didn't watch it this today, of course. I was prepping for the show, but I have not been thrilled or impressed so far. I don't know. It may have ran its course. It's very possible that it has ran its course. But this is the one thing I did want to say about in there. But when I was talking about some good love songs, some good music, Jussie Smollett had been making some real good records. I'm so confused about it because I don't know what to do about the current state. Because I'll tell y'all, I know some people might come to me for the gossip and what's the current thing going on. I'm like, if the current thing going on ain't that we building and seeing what we can do to do that, make that happen, that ain't the current thing with me. And I think if more of us start putting out our blinders on to say, I want to know what's going on with changing the foolishness. Because I don't know. I know I did was in the store buying me something from 7-Eleven and saw the little crime times, and I did see that picture. I said, they like, people is petty. Like, they petty. Crime Time show, Jussie Smollett and R. Kelly sitting right next to him. That's petty. But I'm not about to talk about them. And it's unfortunate that you would have stories and things that are tied to some of the greatest singers. Like, that's the one thing I will say about R. Kelly. His music, man. And he puts on a hell of a concert, too. I ain't gonna lie. That boy, I saw him down in Hampton, and I was like, yo, R, you did that. But, to now see on this other side, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate because we'll never really know exactly what's going on, but now the whole story gets tainted. And that's why I really an advocate for tell people to look at that Sam Cooke story. I know I had heard some Sam Cooke stories, about his music, but I never really knew or was able to see about his advocacy, man. And his ability to understand that it was important for us to kind of be in our own space, even then knowing what could happen, was enlightening to get from that, as well as another Netflix show about Bob Marley, man, who, I had no idea about all that with Bob Marley, and to know all those songs that we thought was just about, a love for a woman and everything. A lot of them had a lot to do with love for peace and love for harmony and love for just us coming together, man. A whole new Jerusalem, a redemption song. I mean, things like that. And to know, man, they tried to murk that man behind that. We're in a different time now. And so now I want to say, because out of all the love music and all the things that is soul songs, I still think that hip hop is a soul music. I think hip hop is a music that really shows the aggression that can happen when you really bottle up a whole culture forever, and you fit it into a norm that really doesn't work out, or it really makes it opposite. And so now to see that we took that, man, I really say, and a lot of people will argue me on this, but I think the climate of our culture, and it just so happened the timing of things, because this is around the same time when the internet started really blowing up. Internet been here for about 20, 30 some years, but that's not, you got to think about it. It hasn't really been that impactful for 20 some, 30 years. But in 2002, I believe, when 2000, when Hard Knock Life, 1999, 88, 98, 99, when Hard Knock Life came out, and Jay-Z assimilated the troubles or the trials of a little orphan from Manhattan, and how that's the same or very similar to a boy who has been exposed to nothing but his way of survival would be through drugs and all kind of tough situations that was formed by this system. So yes, capitalism definitely gives us the opportunity to get out there and do it. But capitalism also sometimes creates an engine or creates a subsidy that so-called is supposed to keep people from bothering the system, but it turns out to be so bad. Because when the communities and urban renewal did away with homes and started creating projects, I believe that projects really took a depth, it took a pride out of a people that you had already seen that was placed into shacks, but did the grandeur work for these marvelous edifices. And so one would only think that the only thing they could do is build for someone else, but never had the resources to build for themselves. But the resiliency and the love, because it wasn't just a black thing. There were white folks, there were other cultures that said, this isn't right. And let's love from the soul, let's love from our hearts in order to be able to fix this thing, because there are those who don't want this fixed. And still today, we see that there's a divide in opportunity. There's a divide in just relations. But I still believe, as Dr. King said, man, that with love, man, that all these things. Oh, you know what? I mixed Dr. King up with Lionel Richie. I'm sorry, y'all. I mixed because Lionel Richie said love conquers all. Love conquer all. There's no need to worry. All love. Do y'all remember the video though? Y'all remember the video when he had the real curve veins coming through? Love. Man, TV, videos, all these things, music has been a resource. I heard I heard on the Daily Grind Show. Big shouts out to the Daily Grind Show and Erica for keeping that thing going, because it's so important that we have a presence, and that's why we still keep connected. We in the morning as well as finish off the night to say, hey man, if we stay focused, we can do it. And it may not seem like we're making much ground, but trust me, guys, when I see that the very initiatives that we've put into place are the very initiatives that the bigger scope is doing, it makes me know we're right where we need to be. And the only thing that we've got to do is to fill in those gaps where there has been some distance placed in between us. And I think that comes from loving each other, listening to the music, let the music bring us back together. I've always loved the fact that we used to have parties up on our street, man. We used to have parties up there that brought the city together, and you can see people come up there, no fights, no foolishness, people just listening to good music, chilling, having a good time. And that's what we're going to bring back this summer, man. This summer, I can't wait to do this for the city. And more importantly, it's an initiative that's not still waiting to talk about what we can do to bring economic change in our area. Yes, we're working with the city and working for those who want to work with us. But we know that if we get 5,000 people to come out here and support the businesses that's going to be out here, cycling through like they did down there, man, that becomes the surplus, the love we need to everybody be singing. Ow! Singing music. Miss Carolyn Hubbard, thanks for coming up in here, man. Thanks each and every one of y'all for coming up in the room, because it's important. I know it's the late hour, but that's why we do it. There's no late show. You saw they got rid of Arsenio. So we gradually taking it a little bit at a time, man. We're going to bring y'all what I wanted to come to you first. Just let you know we're going to be doing it here, man. We're going to bring a lot of different elements to it. We're going to start bringing in some other guests. Also, we're going to have skits and stuff going on. But we just want to be the one to keep on saying the possibilities, that it is possible that we ourselves can do this thing. We don't have to keep on waiting for somebody else. So tell me what you want to do, and tell me how you love, and tell me your favorite artist, man. I'll get that back like we did back in the day and do some old school DJing and get you in the rotation on Focus Radio. We'll take one more quick break and ride this thing on up to the top of the hour, man, and just keep it locked with your boy Tommy P on Focus Radio.
My revenge may be bold and outspoken. My passion, bare and understated. Evidence of confusion on my lips. Regardless, it's me.
I know firsthand the effects of sickle cell anemia.
I didn't start knowing about sickle cell anemia until I started growing up and had friends that had it. And
this disease that affects over 100,000 people in America alone.
My brother passed away from it. My oldest brother, at the age of 16 years old.
You don't really know when it's gonna hit.
Because it's not just for me, it's for everybody with sickle cell. Your loved ones, my loved ones, people we don't even know. They suffer from this disease, man, and we can do something to save their life. We can make it better.
Healthy food for healthier communities. In partnership with Focus Radio and Apple Ridge Farm, the Well Market is a youth-run farm stand providing healthy, local, organic produce to people living in the Northwest Gainesboro neighborhood. Fruits and vegetables such as greens, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, and squash are harvested from the George Washington Carver Community Garden in Northwest Roanoke and local farms in Floyd County, including Patchwork, Green Island, and Apple Ridge Farm. Money raised from produce sales goes goes directly back into the program and continues to fund youth involvement and entrepreneurial skill development. Please visit the Well Market every Saturday from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. and help support healthy food for healthier communities. The Well, working, eating, living, and learning together.
Hey, we are Pretty Please on Broad, a classy and sassy ladies' boutique located in the heart of downtown Alta Vista, Virginia, and the worldwide interwebs. We focus on limited runs, unique fashion at affordable prices. Because as I like to say, no woman wants to show up to her event and do the who wore it better. We have recently added monogramming and embroidery services, and we can rock your fashion and help you personalize that either for your own personal items or for your small business. We focus on big city fashions, so we look at fashion from LA, from New Orleans, as we are a New Orleans inspired boutique, and we really try to focus on bringing in big city fashion without the big city price tag. So give us a call or shop us online at prettypleaseonbroad.com. Our number is 704-281-8748, and make sure to like us on Facebook and Instagram. See you at Pretty Please on Broad, located at 615 Broad Street, downtown Alta Vista, Virginia.
Yeah, man, we're here, man. Like I said, it's going down Friday, man. One show only, man. Bruh, man, coming downtown, Roanoke, VIPs. Go check them out. Get tickets, man. Let them know that Tommy P sent you. I'm going to have some tickets I'm going to give away tomorrow night. But like I said, man, go and show your support. We love being able to do this, man. We love being able to motivate the community, and you can't talk about it too much, man. You can't talk about it enough. I like to leave the story I told yesterday. I remember being a kid who used to listen to radio, and I remember Paul Harvey, and he used to say, he used to have his wrap up would be the rest of the story. So when I think about what happened to a young man like myself who desired to do neo soul, that type of music, getting up in there and then looking at the different things that happened in life and how it changed me and how I wanted to stay with the culture. Hip hop became so big that some of my own things that I wanted to do became second place. Hey Joe, how you doing, sweetie? Look forward to some stuff coming down the road, man. This young lady has an awesome story, and as well as definitely our roots back to Nigeria, man. So I'm very excited about 100%, man. Y'all gonna hear more about that, some more information coming, but check her out, all the things she's been doing. But a young man who desired and loved music and was in the studio working with a lot of different artists, worked out of Fast Track Studios, the same studio that blew up the big homie Neptunes, man, and for real, and so grateful for the concert series he's bringing back down in the summer. That's gonna be bananas, and I'm looking to be down there to go be a part. Check that out, man. So, but now, real life takes us in different directions, and real life makes us have to do some things that we normally wouldn't want to do. We have to make some sacrifices that we normally don't want to have to get in. We want to live, we want to do our life, we want to be in love, we want to hear the music all the time, but life will have a different demand, and life will force us to have to sometimes turn that down and get on out there and do what's required in order to survive. And so thank you all for who all does that, who does that each day and gets to a place where you know that you're working towards something, but it's something in you that now you want to see come to fruition, and you know you're not going to rest until you do it. If that is something that you want to do, man, I will say come join what we're doing. Now, people will have different ways that they process and tell you about this program over here. Let me go ahead and tell you first off, most of those are no longer in business. I repeat, most of those people who have said or thought they had experience with the business model and the way we do it, most of those are not even in business no more. First there. Secondly, this has always been a model that it is totally up to you, because unless you are going to put in a whole bunch of finances and the things that we think that we're paying towards resources for our business are nothing in comparison why it's so important for your business to be able to get to a place where it's bankable, so it can really have a budget to really pay for the things that it really requires to take and do business. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay said, everybody bosses until it's time to start writing them invoices. Everybody bosses until that point comes, or when it's time to talk to the IRS. So we're doing our best, man, to continue to love and bring the music as an element that allows for some of these businesses, small businesses, nonprofits, independent artists, and all other entrepreneurs, an avenue and a lane that maybe before it was a challenge to be able to see your dream come to fruition in Roanoke. But through this proven model that we've done, and it's a slow model. It's not one that you're going to be today. You can walk away from your job and then jump right into this. No, unless you have saved enough money to do that, to get what you need for a year to let your business take off, I wouldn't advise that. But if you are really serious about it and want to invest into it, let us help you. We're going to do that together as a collective effort by bringing T-Boy here this summer. And we want you all to continue to love the music, love Focus Radio, and love yourself, man. I want to leave you by saying that Sam Cooke, Bob Marley, and even myself, man, I did a project 14 years ago, 2004, where we in. It's going on to 15 years ago. And a song that I wrote in there, the song was called Purpose. It's a very good song. You should check it out. It's on iTunes, Tidal, all those different places you get your music. And the last ad lib I said, if it's your music, Lord, that's how I'll serve you, Lord. And we still do that, man, by doing this each and every day, and we thank y'all for being able to get behind it and support it. Let's make this thing a belief for others by now supporting something that's going versus waiting for the idea to come from the very machine that we say we're trying to get away from. All right? Well, this has been 45 Degree Angle with your boy Tommy P. As always, man, make sure you're checking out the Daily Grind Show with the lovely Miss Erica Kane in the morning at 10:15 a.m. And I'll be back tomorrow, but I always love to leave you by saying that thing that's inside you, it's not a dream. It is your purpose. Set your sights on your targets and hit them, because the only one who can stop you is you. Once you truly start to believe in that thing and walk in your act of faith, God will allow it to manifest, and I promise you it's not something I heard. It's something we're living every day, and so grateful for it. Being able to broadcast it live from the great city of Roanoke, Virginia, man, out to the world. It is the Daily Grind Show, 45 Degree Angle with your boy Tommy P. I'll see you tomorrow, all right? Peace.